Let's take a look out west real quick. The one series I want to talk about, Avs Jets.
Oh man, that's gonna
7-6.
We deserve 7 games of that series.
Oh man, that was a lot of fun last night. And as you know, I was watching the DNVR post game. Our friends out there. I'll tell you, I love them, but there seems to be this feeling like, oh man, if we just get like a couple of saves, we have this. What's more likely? Georgiev or whoever starts making saves and goaltending has been their weakness all year, or the guy who's going to walk away with the Vezina, he starts making some saves because you just got 6 on him and lost.
Yeah.
And like you exposed like their strength. What happens when it becomes their strength again? Like I love the Avs. Man, last night, not even just the goaltending, really the fact that they went toe-to-toe, played the Avs kind of game and won, makes me think, what happens when they play their game? Because they swept them this year. I think they're 3-0 against the Avs. Blew them out.
It's a reasonable question. And Winnipeg, I give Winnipeg a lot of credit because I thought that team was cooked.
Yeah.
Like going into the season, I thought their days of being a legitimate contender were over.
I couldn't believe when they re-signed Scheifele and Hellebuck.
Yeah. But to give them credit, they stuck with it. You know, obviously they lost Blake Wheeler, so they had some changes. Adam Lowry becomes the captain, which was an interesting choice, but I think the right choice because I think that one of my big issues with Winnipeg for years, and it's still an issue I have with them, it's that their top end players have absolutely no interest in playing any defense at all. Like Blake Wheeler, Mark Scheifele, Kyle Connor, they just don't give a fuck about defense. And I don't think it sets a very good example for the rest of the roster. So I liked when they named Lowry the captain because it was like, okay, like that's a guy who the young guys could be like, I should play like him because I can't score 100 points like Mark Scheifele. And I can't I don't think it does a lot for your team's accountability when your star players are just like, well, I know like we have a hard ass as our coach, but like, I just ain't going to play defense because I don't feel like it. But I do think they made the right move going with a captain who actually does set a good example. I'm surprised they're this good, but they did it all year. They are this good. And they reminded everybody in game 1 that they're not a fluke. That this is a really talented team that can score a lot and has by far, in my mind, the best goalie in the NHL right now. And that's not shitting on guys like Shesterkin and Sorokin. Like there's some other real good goalies in the NHL. I think Hellebuck is on a different tier.
Hellebuck's probably going to be the unanimous winner of the Vezina. Like,
very possible.
He's going to walk away with this thing.
Very possible.
Like, Shesterkin had the bad start to the year. Like, Sorokin is awesome. Also, they went with Varley a lot down the stretch. Like,
wrong.
The good goalies didn't have the best years, and then there's him with a 940. Like, oh, guess who's going to win? The other series, Preds Canucks last night, just a real fun swing late in that game. Just like, all of a sudden, 12 seconds go by and it's like, oh, different game. My favorite thing about this, I think it is an elite jersey matchup. Yeah. I just really like the way the colors look.
Yeah, I went full-fledged commitment to the bit here and picked the Preds because I'm going down with the Vancouver isn't an amazing team ship. I do, however, think, a big reason why I picked the Preds is I think I might have picked the Preds against anybody. I just think they're rolling right now. They're drive and play. They're playing a fun style. They have a really good goalie. I know Saros wasn't amazing last night. I really didn't like that Elias Lindholm goal. But I fully trust that he's going to turn back into UC Saros at some point in the series. Hopefully it's game 2 for my pick. But it's not even that I don't think Vancouver is good. I think they're a very good team. I think they improved their underlying process dramatically in the second half to the point where I don't think that this is just like a PDO-driven fluke. However, they are a team that had an insanely high shooting percentage all year, and that can be a fickle thing. And if they go cold at the wrong time, the Predators are a team I think that is good enough and they are hot enough that they could pull the upset. I picked that because I wanted to pick an upset, and I was probably going to pick the Preds to upset whoever they faced in the first round. It just happened to be Vancouver. What game 1 did remind us all, though, is, and this is the Preds' weakness, and it's the Vancouver strength, is Vancouver just has the quick strike talent that they can turn a game. Like the Preds can play a great game for 50 minutes, and then in 2 minutes, Vancouver can win the game. Or 12 seconds.
Yeah, Vancouver is freaking fun to watch.
Yeah, they
are. They have that really good high-end talent, but I tell you, all the Preds got to do, just take away a concert at the Sphere again, and they'll go on a 17-game undefeated streak or something. The two series that I believe start tonight have not begun yet.
Right.
Vegas and Dallas, and the Kings and the Oilers. That Vegas-Dallas series,
I mean, that's a battle.
That's a lot of fun.
That's a battle of juggernauts.
I have the Oilers coming out of the West.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
feels
think
like
it's
their time.
Like it's,
feels like McDavid's time.
He's gonna do it. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's that fucking good, and I don't think there's a great West team to stop them the way there has been.
Really?
Like when
because I think they're
all good.
I think there are a lot of really good teams, and maybe like my disagreement with you is that I think that because the West is so deep that you look at it and you're like, well, there's not one team that's head and shoulders above everyone else, and I think that's true. But I don't think that means that none of these teams are great. I just think the West has a lot of great teams this year.
All right, that's fair.
Like I think that the West top end teams, they just have way more top end teams than the East does, and I don't think it's particularly close. But like Dallas, Vegas, Colorado, Winnipeg, Edmonton, like all of those teams I view as like legitimately great teams. The Kings, not really. The Canucks, I think, are a step below the teams I think that are great. The Preds are a team that is on a really great run, but you look at their roster,
it's not a great team.
And it's like it's not a great team. It doesn't seem like they should be playing as well as they've been playing for the last 2 months or so. So, but I think there are 5 teams in the West that I think are legitimately great teams. That might be like 5 of the 8 best teams in hockey. So I kind of disagree with you there, but I just think that this Vegas Star Series is going to be fascinating because you have 2 of the best teams playing.
That's like those teams are all like, if you want to call them great, very good, whatever. Like 2 of them are playing each other right off the bat.
Yeah, so one of them's gone.
So one of them's out.
Yeah,
and I just I don't see anyone like that Colorado team that won a couple years ago. That was just, they were an unstoppable juggernaut.
Nobody's that good.
They were going to win the cup from the day the season started.
I agree.
All the way until they raised the cup. And I don't see that team. Maybe there's maybe there's just 3 teams that are that good, and so you don't see it like that. But I don't think any of them are like these bulldozers. So my prediction is going to be Canes over Oilers. How are you going to finish it up, Charlie?
I am sticking with my prediction from the start of the year, which was Canes versus Stars.
We all silly like the mayor.